Thank you, sir, for reminding me. Okay. So Krishna can be in many other places simultaneously, and he can carry out the task of maintaining this universe. So he supports, pervades, and supports the entire universe. So after the two introductory verses, Arjuna asks Krishna to reveal his universal form. And Krishna proves himself as the Supreme Lord and establishes the criterion that anyone who claims to be God must also show a universal form. Today we will understand some of the characteristics of God. If some person says that he is God, then how we can cross verify whether that person is God or not. Say for example, if I tell all of you that I am the son of chief minister, will you accept it blindly? No, right? You will first cross verify. You will do inquiry. You will do background inquiry. You will do check whether this person, such and such person, whether this person is the son, actually the son of the chief minister, or is he just bluffing, or is he just lying, right? So similarly, if a person who is claiming to be God, how you can cross verify? That is explained now throughout this chapter. So we'll go next. So Arjuna's, so verses 1 to 13, what is happening is Arjuna's illusion is removed by Krishna's instructions. Arjuna has realized the inexhaustible glories of Krishna. We saw in 7th chapter, 8th chapter, 9th chapter, then 10th chapter. 7th chapter we saw the, 4th chapter we saw the transcendental knowledge. 7th chapter we saw the knowledge of the absolute truth. Then 8th chapter we saw how we can attain Lord Krishna, and 9th chapter we saw the most confidential knowledge, and 10th chapter we saw the opulence of Lord Krishna. So Arjuna was satisfied to see his personal form. See, Arjuna is constant companion of Lord Krishna. That is, wherever Arjuna goes, wherever Krishna goes, Arjuna also follows. But on our behalf, on the behalf of conditioned souls in the future coming Kali Yuga, Arjuna has asked this question to reveal Krishna his universal form. So Arjuna is not commanding, but requests to see Krishna's universal form. We cannot, demand God. God, please come in front of me. I want to see you. We cannot command God. Neither is God, neither is Krishna obliged to come in front of you. Right? It is just like a prime minister. Prime minister is also a person. God is also a person. He has the right to manifest himself in front of you, or he has the right to not manifest himself in front of you, because he is the supreme Lord. He has many other, activities, maintenance activities, and creation, maintenance, destruction activities, and looking after all the conditioned souls. Many activities he has. So by his sweet will only, we may be able to see him. We can see Krishna only when Krishna desires to show himself to us. We cannot command God. Some people, they say, can you show me God? Particularly the atheists, they will say, can you show me God? Then we can cross question, sir, are you qualified to see God? Because if we want to see Prime Minister, then the Prime Minister is not going to come at your doorstep saying, yes, sir, you wanted to see me? Come, see me. No. Prime Minister is a very great personality in our country, especially. He has many other affairs to look after. The topmost of which is, running this country. So why will he come and see you? Come at your doorstep and see you? For that, we have to qualify ourselves to see the Prime Minister. Now, if I become a very good citizen, if I do some very nice social service, and if I become recognized by the chief minister of this particular state, and then the chief minister, when he recommends the prime minister, yes, sir, such and such person, such and such citizen is a very good citizen. Please, invite him to your house. Then I will get a letter from the prime minister. Sir, please come at such and such place. I want to give you an award. Then I am qualified to see God. It is same that way. Similarly, it is that way. Exactly, not even similar, exactly that way it is. We have to become qualified to see God. So, How can I become qualified to see God? First, I have to chant His names. First, I have to say, O Krishna, O energy of Krishna, please engage me in your service. This is the meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yesterday we saw in 10th chapter, shlok number 10.36. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi. When we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is not different from Krishna himself. So here, Arjuna, the point is that we cannot demand or we cannot command that God please be in front of us. Then Arjuna is displaying humility here. That is, we also have to become humble. Yes, sir. I need to say, yes, God, I want to know you. So please, and I surrender to you. So please, give me the intelligence with which I can understand you. This is called humility. Krishna shows his universal form in response to Arjuna's humility and, of course, his request. And then Krishna, see, this point is very important. Krishna gives divine eyes to see Arjuna. We can see God or Krishna not through these material eyes. These material eyes are defective. We cannot see them. We cannot see our own eyelids. We cannot see in pitch black darkness. Neither I can see beyond certain kilometers. Then what qualification I have to see God who is limitless? So for seeing God, we require spiritual eyes. Shlok number 11.8, Krishna says this. I will come, we will see that. So while sitting on the chariot with Krishna, Arjuna could see the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place. Just see. Arjuna did not have to go anywhere. He just had to stay where he is. Similarly, wherever we are in our occupation, in our family life, wherever we are, we have to stay where we are. And we have to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And we have to serve the devotees who are engaged in serving Lord Krishna. Next slide. So Arjuna's illusion is over. So this is the shlok of yesterday. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate. I am the source of both material world and spiritual world. Everything emanates from me. This is called God. So this is the first criteria. See, God is that person from whom everybody comes. Living entities also come. Non-living entities also come. Non-living entities like this, stones and, this planet, not planet exactly, but many other things. Of course, everything does implies everything, right? The word everything. Mattah sarvam pravartate. Sarvam means everything. Pravartate means emanates. So, source of appearance and disappearance of this material world. Who is the cause? Krishna is the cause. Arjuna wanted to know in detail of Krishna's glories in chapter 10, but Krishna gave only 8 details. That is his opulence we saw, that he said that we saw, right? So Arjuna wants to see in detail his form that has entered the cosmic manifestation. How is Krishna maintaining? How is he spread across the universe in his all-pervasive feature? To convince others of his divinity for himself, not for himself. That is, Arjuna is not asking Krishna to show his universal form for himself. On our behalf, Arjuna is asking this question. That is, Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show his universal form. So that in future, whoever says, yes, I am God. If a person says, then we know how to check whether the person is God or not. By the way, for your information, some 30 to 32 Kalki avatars are there, so-called Kalki avatars. Actually, according to scriptures, another 4,27,000 years are yet to come, after which Lord Kalki will come and he will kill all the Mlechas and Yavanas, and then he will usher in a new Satyuga. So, Lord cannot come before time. Whenever he is going to come, he will come exactly at that time. Just like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was predicted 5,000 years ago, and he came and went 500 years ago. Lord Buddha also, he was 5,000 years ago when Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken and written. Lord Buddha was predicted that after 2500 years ago he will come, and after 2500 years he did come. So whatever is written, exactly it will happen that way. So Lord Buddha is actually Krishna himself. Keshava Dhrita Buddha Sharira Jaya Jagadisha Hare. So now Shlok 11.1 and 11.2. What is Arjuna saying? By my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. So this is nothing but translation of 11.1 and 11.2. Now Arjuna's humility. Arjuna is not proud. He admits his limitations as living entity is not understanding Krishna. And his ability to see his form. He does not order Krishna, as we saw. He cannot order Krishna, but begs for Krishna's mercy to see the universal form. Just like when we appear for any written examination, we pray to God, oh Krishna, please make me remember the questions which I have studied, the answer to the questions which I have studied. And please give the question paper easy so that, I'll get more marks. So like that, Arjuna is asking to Krishna for mercy so that he can see his universal form. Arjuna calls Krishna Yogeshwara. Yoga Adhik Ishwara. Iti Yogeshwara. Master of mystics. Yoga Ishwara. The master of all mystic power is Krishna. His another name is Yogeshwara. So he can enable him to see the universal form. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness and engages in devotional service. You will see in the 18th day, last chapter of Bhagavad Gita and the last instruction in Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharmana parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. Just surrender unto me, he will say in 18th chapter. So please make sure that all these days you attend each of the chapters so that you will understand Bhagavad Gita. 11.4. If you think that I am able to behold your mystic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So again, Arjuna is praying to Krishna, and his humility is evident from the words that he is using. O Master of all mystic power, O Yogeshwara, kindly show me that unlimited yourself, universal self. So now Krishna shows his transcendental form. But before showing that, what is Krishna saying? You'll see. Natu mam shakyase drashtum enenaiva svachakshisha divyam dadami me chakshuh pashyame yogamaishwaram. But you cannot see me with your present material eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes, Krishna is telling Arjuna. Behold my mystic opulence. So God can be seen, provided he gives the spiritual eyes to the person, to his devotee who desires to see him. So transcendental form, but temporary. This here you can see the universal form. So many people are there. I mean to say, so many personalities are there, and Arjuna gets divine vision. Lord displays his universal form. Okay, we'll see that. Unlimited expansions of the universe in one place. Now, in this universal form, these are the things. He sees hundreds and thousands of varied divine and multicolored forms, just like we saw here. So many forms are there because so many, so many of his forms are there, and even the devatas, even the demigods are there within them. And then all the great devatas here, Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and others, and unlimited living beings. Arjuna could see. He just had to see in the sky, and everything from this end to that end, everything is covered. Everything is covered. Just imagine. Never before seen or heard of before. Different partial forms shown to Duryodhana. Past, present, and future Arjuna could see sitting in one place. That is, past he saw, present he saw, and future that he is going to win this battle of Kurukshetra. That also he saw. So he was, confused. Oh, this is going to happen now. If we are in Arjun's place, maybe we will also get confused or bewildered. Krishna gives Arjuna divine eyes to see the universal form as Arjuna, as he is used to only tasting the sweet personal form of Krishna. That is, uh, for seeing the universal form, spiritual eyes were required by Arjuna. We'll go to next slide. Now, Arjuna's vision of universal form. Unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, wonderful visions. As you can see on the right side, here Krishna is showing so many persons are there, so many people are there, so many devatas are there, decorated with many celestial ornaments, beautiful helmets, nice ornaments. See here. Then many divine upraised weapons in their hands. Celestial garlands, heavenly garlands are there and ornaments are there. Divine scents smeared all over his body. Nice smell also he was also getting. Brilliant as hundreds and thousands of suns. Unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Divided into many, many thousands. So this is the form, universal form. Now, from shlokas 14 to 31, Arjuna is astonished to see the universal form changes from friendship. That is, before seeing the universal form, Arjuna is, we will cover that. Okay, no problem. It changes from friendship. So, okay, now he's admiring Krishna so much. Oh, wow. This person who is my, cousin, this person is having such a universal form, such a big, wow. So, something greater than friendship he saw, he felt, right? Then hesitatingly describes all what he sees. In the shlokas between 14 to 31, he is describing everything that he sees. He first sees all of existence immeasurable and radiant, situated in one place. Then he begins to see Krishna's frightening, all destructive Kala Rupa. Then the form that was eating soldiers on both sides, that is, as Kala Chakra, as Kala, as the time, as death, he was seeing that death was eating both the Kauravas armies also and Pandavas armies also. All soldiers. Arjuna sees the future outcome of the battle. As I said, he saw that he's going to win the battle, asks the universal form who he is and what is his mission. Means, are you really that same Krishna with whom I was living? Or, you are the, very, very great person. So that's why, in humility, he's asking, sir, who you are? What is his mission? What is your mission, sir? When Arjuna is giving Arjuna's description is there. Arjuna's relationship changed from the mood of this. I'm not seeing actually. Okay. Arjuna's relationship changed, astonished with wonder rather than the mood of loving friendship. He is bowing down and praying to Lord Krishna. Then this form is spread throughout the sky, from this end to that end, and everywhere, even in the middle, he is able to see. Then there are many, many arms. Sun and moon are the eyes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yachakshuresh savita sakala grahanam Raja samasta suramurti rashesh tejaha Yasyajnaya brahmati samvrita kala chakro Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Lord Brahma is praying to Lord Krishna. He's saying that the sun, yat chakshuresha savita sakala grahana. Savita means the sun. So sun is actually the eye of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And moon is also another eye of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So blazing fire from mouth. is burning this universe and all the people. He is seeing that all people, especially the soldiers, they are going to die. And then the Devatas are seeing it. Even the Devatas, they were also seeing the universal form, but from outside the space they were seeing it and surrendering and entering into him. Of course, the people who were going to die, and then Krishna's all destructive Kala Rupa, which we saw just now. Form is spread throughout the sky. We are seeing, we saw here. Then forms of all demigods and various other living entities we saw. It's not just human beings, but other living entities also we saw. Brahma sitting on the lotus flower and Lord Shiva also we saw. See, that means all these Devis and Devatas, they are actually assisting Vishnu or assisting Krishna in this material world affairs. All the sages and divine serpents also they saw. There is a planet called as Patala Loka in which Nagas live. So these are the divine serpents. I think they must be the one, and all the sages, including the Sapta Rishis and many great devotees who stay in the higher planetary systems. We have Satyaloka, Maharloka, Tapoloka, Janaloka. So all the great sages, they are living in those planets. So many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes expanded everywhere without limit, as we see over here. So many eyes are there, so many faces are there, so many hands, so many weapons we are able to see here. So glaringly effulgent and difficult to see. Now, if at one stroke, so many people we have to see, then it will be difficult to see because we have to see each and every person who is coming under your vision throughout the sky. But sees the form everywhere adorned with crowns, clubs, and discs, weapons that is. Arjuna describes the immeasurable, the supreme primal objective, ultimate resting place of all this universe, inexhaustible and oldest, maintainer of the eternal religion. This is the shlok, one of my favorite shloks. Arjuna is praying to Krishna after seeing the universal form. Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam Tvamavyayah shashvata gopta sanatanasvam purusho mato me. Now, Tvam Aksharam means you are the supreme primal objective. Mama Veditavyam Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam. You are ultimate resting place of this universe. Tvam Avyayah, you are inexhaustible. Inexhaustible means even if we chant Krishna's holy names, even if we read the pastimes of Krishna's holy names, we will never feel satiated. We will never feel, oh, enough is enough. No, not like that. Krishna is insatiable, inexhaustible. Tvamavyayah shashvata dharma gopta. Shashvat, Sanatan, that is. Shashvat dharma, eternal religion. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion. And Sanatanastvam Purusho Mato Me. You are the eternal person, supreme eternal person. Arjuna's description of the Kala Rupa. Now, how Arjuna is describing the time. Without origin, middle, and end, and endless number of arms, I think. Sun and moon are his eyes. Blazing fire is coming from his mouth, burning the entire universe with his radiance. I think we saw all this. Form spread throughout the sky, all planets and space between. Okay, others who saw this form, this we did not see. Others who saw his form in other planetary systems also were disturbed. Oh wow, what a form God has. All Devatas, sages, and perfected beings are fearful. They are offering prayers because when Pralaya comes, even the Devatas, they have to die. There are 3-4 different types of pralayas that happen. One of the type of pralaya is when Lord Brahma's night comes. When Lord Brahma's night comes, then other than the top 4 planetary systems, all the lower floor, all the remaining planets, all the remaining 10 planetary systems, they they are submerged inside water for the entire duration of night of Lord Brahma. So we have Vasus, Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Adityas, Vasus, Sadhyas, Siddha, I think it is. Vishwadevas, Ashwini Kumaras, Maruts are the Devtas of air, Pitas, that is Pitruloka is a planet, wherever ancestors are said to be present. Then the Gandharvas are those people who are singing, expert in singing, and particularly they sing about the glories of Lord Vishnu. And Yakshas, Asuras, and perfected Devatas, all were watching his form in wonder. Some of them were praying, the pious ones, they were praying. Others, like Asuras, they were just watching. Oh, wow, what is this? So Arjuna's description of Kalarupa continued. Many faces, arms, thighs, he could see, legs and bellies, many terrible teeth, many radiant colors touching the sky, gaping mouth like very big mouth, great glowing eyes. Arjuna is also afraid like the others, seeing his form. And he is not able to maintain his balance of body and mind. Because after seeing such, ghastly form, so many people with so many terrible teeth, fire coming from mouth, somebody entering, the group of soldiers who are going to die in this battlefield, they are entering, they are dying, they are getting killed. So seeing something like this, anybody can lose the composure, the calmness of his mind. So the same thing happened to Arjuna also, and all of Duryodhana's army and Pandava's chief soldiers also rushing into his fearful mouth, who were dying. Some smashed between his teeth, some of the soldiers were killed, some of the soldiers they were killed in the same mouth actually. Teeth. So like rivers, the warriors entering his blazing mouths. All people like moths dashing into fire, entering into his mouth. See, this is the Kala. This is death. Death does not spare anybody. Whether a person is rich, whether a person is poor, whether a person is handsome, whether a person is ugly, whether the person is tall, whether a person is short, there is no criterion. Death kills everybody finally. So in one way, death will come to everybody, all of us, either natural death or accidental death. That's why we must not, feel very, very proud also about ourselves. We do not know when we are going to, leave this planet. We do not know when we are going to leave this body. That's why we must understand one thing, that whatever the success we are getting, it is mercy of God in our spiritual life, or even in our material life, or in our job. We are getting it as a blessing of God, of Lord Krishna. He is sanctioning it. That is why we are getting it. So this is the depth description. Kalarupa, like rivers, the warriors entering his blazing mouths. All people like moths are dashing. Okay, we saw this with flaming mouths and scorching heats. It is killing all people. Arjuna sees the outcome of the war. Okay, so everywhere death. Soldiers, somebody's body is cut, somebody's hand is cut, has fallen down. Somebody is decapitated. His body has fallen down, and then he offers his obeisances and begs to know the Lord's identity and mission. That yes, you are the Supreme Lord, but I have now lost my mental composure after seeing your universal form. So now verses 32 to 44. Krishna explains his form as time destroyer. Krishna says, time I am, the destroyer of all the worlds. So this universe has come at certain point of time, and at certain point of time, this universe also will be annihilated at some point of time. This includes this planet. This one planet, this Earth planet, is just one of the several planets which are present in this universe. Krishna has already put to death of all the great warriors of the Kauravas as well as the Pandavas, except the Pandavas. Just see, all the armies, including the Kauravas, okay, except the Pandavas, they are killed. Then Krishna is now, encouraging Arjuna to fight. Yes, you are a Kshatriya. Go ahead, fight. Become my instrument. See, this is very important. Become my instrument. Because why? Ahead we will see that Krishna will say that already I have killed them. You just lift the bow, just lift the arrow, attack. Where that arrow will hit, I will see. So this is God, the intelligence of, then the concentration, the alertness, all these things, they are, of course, they are in our control to some extent, but, these things are also minutely under the control of the Supreme Lord. As we know that so many Devi Devtas are there. And for every body part of ours, there is one Devi Devta. When he sanctions, at that time only I'm able to do certain things. Say, for example, this hand of mine is there. I can go to the gym. I can lift weights and I can become very strong. Yes, I am the strongest man. Yes, I can lift the weight. But to the same hand, if there is paralysis, then I cannot even lift my hand. See, I cannot even lift my hand. That is the situation that happens. So unless and until the Devatas they sanction that this person should be able to do what he desires, unless they sanction, it does not happen. The activity the person wants to do, that does not happen. So that's why, and the Devatas will sanction based upon the orders of Lord Vishnu, because ultimately they are the order carriers of Lord Vishnu, the Devatas. Okay, so now since there is a time restriction, all of us will sign out and we will sign in again, and we will continue from where we have left off. Hare Krishna, everybody please sign in, please read again. Okay. So Arjuna is trembling and he is praying to the universal form, and then he is begging forgiveness for treating him as his friend in the past out of ignorance. So we will see ahead that in one of the shlokas, Arjuna is telling Krishna, Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Sakheti. That is, in ignorance, knowingly or unknowingly, I have addressed you as Krishna Janardana, as my friend, although you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although you are Krishna. But I was not knowing that you are having such form. You are the Supreme Lord, and you have such a vast form also. So please forgive me. Please excuse me. Sometimes it does happen even in our personal life. A particular person is our friend. Sometimes that is, I think, yeah. So a particular person, he is our friend, and then we do not know the greatness of that friend, and then he is our very best friend. And when we come to know his greatness, we kind of distance ourselves from him a little bit. So something like that happened with Arjuna also. Yeah. Okay. Now Krishna is the time, the great destroyer of all the worlds. We saw this. Then to destroy all the soldiers on both sides, except Pandavas, as we saw. And Krishna asked Arjuna to fight and be an instrument and get the credit. See, this is the greatness of Krishna. Although Krishna is arranging the battle line, although Krishna is arranging the death of the soldiers on both the sides, still Arjuna is getting the credit. Why? Because Arjuna is listening to Krishna. Krishna does not force anyone upon him. Krishna says in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now, after telling this entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yatha ichchasi tatha kuro. Now do whatever you feel is the best for you. Krishna never forces anybody. So that is called God. So some people, like, they say that they do not have the proper idea of God. So they think that you must surrender to God, otherwise it's like otherwise you'll go to hell. Of course, those things are also there, and this thing is also there, that Krishna is giving independence also. This thing is also there, because if you don't surrender to Krishna, then we come under bondage of this material world, and then we have to take repeated births and deaths, and then our karma itself acts upon us. So to avoid that, Krishna will give so many options. He will give, and then he will ask whether you want. If you want, you can follow. Like that, he will say. This is called as real great God. They say that God is great. See the greatness. This is called God. This is called Krishna. If somebody is saying that I am God, and if he is saying, okay, you surrender unto me, otherwise something bad will happen. If some person is saying like this, then we can understand, whether the person is God or not. So all great warriors already are destroyed by Krishna. Arjuna asked to kill and not to be disturbed and vanquish his enemies. So lesson from Krishna's statements is creation and destruction under Krishna's plan and is not accidental like what the scientists believe. Scientists think that a chunk exploded and the universe was formed, and that everything is forming by accident, something is happening and this is happening and that is happening, they say. But if they are saying that the chunk exploded, then we can ask them, then who kept that chunk in that place? Who made that chunk? Logically, we can ask them. Because as I said in yesterday's day 10 lecture also, session also, that how can something come out of nothing? If it is there, then somebody has created it and it cannot come out of nothing. Saying that this universe has come out of nothing is like insulting the creator. For example, this mobile is of a particular company. And if I say that this mobile is not created by the company, but this mobile is, it has come automatically. Somehow, it appeared, it fell from the sky, and it is there. If I touch the buttons, then it will behave this way. If I touch the buttons, then it will behave that way. You see, it is automatic. Nothing great about it. If I say this, then it's a real insult for the creator of this mobile. So it is not so. The sun is rising 7 o'clock in the morning, sharp. It's setting 7 o'clock in the evening, sharp. Somebody has made it. All the planets, they are orbiting the sun, around the sun. The moon is orbiting. The earth is orbiting. So many planets, Navagrahas especially, and so many millions of planets which are there in this universe. They are also orbiting on time. It cannot be accident. It has to be somebody's plan. Krishna's plan, the creator's plan. Now, ignorant of Krishna's plan to bring conditioned souls back to Godhead. So these are the statements which we can take from, the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that these so-called scientists, they are ignorant of Krishna's plan. Why did he create this material world? Krishna himself is saying, Dukkhalayam Shashvatam. 13th chapter you will see of Bhagavad Gita. He is saying that this world is actually like a prison house. It's a place of suffering. It's a place of miseries. We are just artificially trying our best to stay happy. And when that happens, that so-called happiness is just for some time being. After which, the real face of this material world is there. The miseries still keep coming. We may have a weekend. We may enjoy the weekend, away from our job. Saturday, Sundays we enjoy. But again, the Monday comes. Again, the suffering starts. So actual face of this world, the real face of this world is that of misery. Okay, and intelligent person understands Krishna's plan and sees how everything moves according to his guidance. As I said, the planets, these so many trees, so much food is there. Who has provided? I did not create it. So many living entities are there. Nityo nityanam chetana chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. The single supreme living entity, Krishna, God, he is maintaining so many innumerable living entities. This is what the Shastras say. Although Krishna makes his plans, he wants to give credit to his devotees. This is called as the greatness of Krishna. I think there is one battle in this Srimad Bhagavatam, I think this is right, in which, Krishna also fought with one of his opponents, one of his enemies. And the battle description is also, very intense. So when I was reading that, I was wondering that even Krishna was, powerful, just like Arjuna. But although he is God, because he wants to give credit to his devotees, Krishna is not known as the great military fighter, but Arjuna is known as the military fighter, the great bowman. So Krishna has given his credit to him. So Arjuna's praise to Krishna, they are still going on. Fearfully, Arjuna is speaking to Krishna. O Rishikesha, whole world is joyous to hear about your glories. The devatas are glorifying and the demons are going away. Arjuna wants everyone to offer him obeisances. There is the devatas and all people, they want, Arjuna wants them to offer, obeisances, respects to Krishna, to be worshipped by every living entity, every living being. That is, Krishna must be worshipped by every living being. It is not that, Krishna is a god of, certain kinds of people only, or Krishna is a god of, this kinds of people only, this caste of people only, or that this thing only. Or Krishna is a god of Indians only. Krishna is not a god of these Muslims, or Krishna is not the god of these Christians, or Krishna is not the god of South America. Krishna is not god of Russia. Krishna is Indian only. No, it's not like that. Every living entity means throughout the planet, throughout the universe, wherever the living entities are there, and living entities are Sarva Gataha, second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The soul is present everywhere. So every living being must worship Krishna. So Arjuna is begging for forgiveness for his familiarity in dealings. And he's praying to Krishna that please tolerate me like a father, friend, or lover. Because a father, he can pardon his son. A friend also, sometimes one friend disappoints the other friend. And then the friend who gets disappointed, he tolerates the other friend. Sometimes a lover has to tolerate the disappointment given by the other lover. So that way you please forgive. Because knowingly or unknowingly, I may have committed some offenses to you. I may have said something to you which must have hurt you. Because God is a person, so he also feels hurt. Just like we have feelings, God also has feelings. God also has feelings. Where are these feelings coming from? Shastra says, Janmadiyase yataha, the origin of everything is there in Krishna. Because it is there in Krishna, that is why it is coming in me. It cannot come in me out of nothing, as the so-called scientists believe. So glorification of Krishna by Arjuna. Now Arjuna is glorifying Krishna. That he's saying that Krishna is greater than even Brahma, because Brahma is born out of lotus navel of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu is an expansion of Krishna, and Krishna is limitless. Krishna is, we saw in yesterday's 10.2 shlok, Aham Adir Hi Devanam. He is the God of gods. He is the refuge of the universe. He is invincible source. Nobody can hurt him. Nobody can kill God. That is God. That is the all-powerful God. That is the description of God given in the Shastras. And he is cause of all causes. Lord Brahma prays to Krishna. Sarva Karana Karanam. He says, Sarva Karana Karanam means he is the cause of all causes. Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam. And he himself is the invincible source. He is the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. That is, he is above everything. He is not ordinary. God is not ordinary. God is over and above ordinary. And he is the original personality of Godhead. That is, God does not have any other origin. He himself is the source of origin. And nobody creates God. Nobody can become God. After doing some meditation, some people, they advertise, okay, sir, you please come to our class within 6 months, we will make you God. No. God, a person cannot become God. A person is God. And that person is that one person only. He never changes his position. That is God. That is Krishna. The ultimate sanctuary of this mystic manifested cosmic, and he's the knower of everything. God is omniscient. Things which are not known to us, he knows. Not only about, one field or one aspect of life, but every aspect of life. Every field of this world, every field of this universe um, is known to him. And you are all that is knowable. Vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyo, 15th chapter, 15th slok, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that by all Vedas I am to be known. And in 15th chapter also Krishna says that if I am known to people, then everything, if I am known to a person, then everything in this world is known to him. Because everything comes from him. Then by Krishna's mercy, everything is known to that person. Then Krishna is the supreme refuge, and Krishna is above the three modes of material nature. You will never see Krishna acting in the mode of ignorance. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. These are the three modes of material nature, which we will see in on the 13th day, what those modes of material nature are. Now, glorification again is going on. Krishna has a limitless form. His whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. You are the air, fire, water. See, all these things are all pervading only. Air is everywhere. Fire, it can spread. Water also can spread whenever there is, overflooding of the rivers. Water also spreads everywhere, especially water when the water levels rise. The water spreads, it enters somebody's house, and it gets full. You are the supreme controller. You are Brahma, the first living creature. You are the great grandfather. We even saw in 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Pitahamasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha. Pitamaha means great grandfather. You are unbounded power. You are master of limitless might. See, strength. Krishna says, I am the strength of the strong, your passion and desire. 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam. 7.11 Bhagavad Gita. All pervading, and you are everything. So you are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation. You are the father of all moving and non-moving beings. We saw yesterday in the 10th chapter. Whatever there is there in existence, both moving and non-moving, it cannot exist without him, Krishna says. Slok number 10.39. Yacchapi sarvabhutanam bijam tad aham arjuna na tadasti vina yatsyan maya bhutam chara acharam chara acharam. Chara and achara. Moving and non-moving. They cannot exist without me, Krishna is saying. And the same thing Arjuna is also confirming. In this 11th chapter, he is praying to Krishna. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is equal to you or greater than you. You are the Lord of immeasurable power, supreme Lord to be worshipped by all infallible, supreme Lord to be worshipped by all the living entities. You are infallible. That is, God cannot fall down from his exalted position. That is called as God. Infallible means you will never see God engaged in irreligious practices. Or you will never see God doing any sinful activities. And whenever Krishna or God comes on this planet, whatever his activities are, they will those activities they will be followed by the Vedas. I mean to say, Krishna will follow as per the religion which he has laid down, or the religion which he has created. And what is the real religion? Yamaraja says in Srimad Bhagavatam, Dharmam tu sakshad Bhagavad pranitam. Real dharma is that dharma which is created or enunciated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Arjuna is paying obeisances from the front, behind, from all sides, and again and again out of ecstasy, because he is the Supreme Lord. So he is praying Krishna. When Arjuna is ashamed of his familiarity with Krishna, thinking of Krishna as a friend, Arjuna has many times rashly addressed him. Hey Krishna, hey Yadav, come here. Hey, come on, let's go out together. Come on. And sometimes, playing with each other or jokingly, they are speaking, knowingly or unknowingly, he must have dishonored him. That's why Arjuna is feeling ashamed. Oh, what, so many things I spoke to you, it must have offended you. And, while lying on the same bed, sitting, eating together, just like ordinary, friends. And he has said something and begging for your mercy to tolerate this impudence like a father friend or a wife tolerates. Then, last section of this 11th chapter. In answer to Arjuna's fearful prayers, Krishna shows his four-armed form before again returning to his original two-armed form. That is, as we saw few slides earlier, that Arjuna is disturbed mentally by seeing this ghastly form, by seeing this, huge, you can say, wonderful but fearful form of Krishna. So Arjuna will request Krishna that you please show your four-armed form. Then Krishna informs Arjuna that his two-handed form is supreme and only understandable by unalloyed devotees, pure devotees. Those who are engaged in his pure devotional service, only they can see his two-handed form, Shama Sundara form. Pure devotees are those devotees who are interested in only serving Krishna. They do not want anything, um, any benediction from Krishna or any blessing from Krishna for having done service to him. That is called as pure devotion. Pure love, that is called as. Just like a mother's love is there for her son, for her child, mother is not expecting that the son, son will whether the son will kick me or whether the son will play with me. I will serve him. That is a mother's love. So like that, it is possible to love God also, not Krishna. And the beginning of this can happen when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Arjuna is requesting for seeing the four-arm form and two-arm forms. Arjuna is glad but is afraid of the universal form, and he cannot reciprocate with loving service with the universal form. So Arjuna, the first one to see the universal form, Bhagavad Gita 11.47 and 48, we will see that quickly. 47, right? Yes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, happily have I shown you by my internal potency, this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence." Then he goes on to say, "O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in the material world." And then, see, this is what Krishna is saying. And then there are people who want to see Krishna. Krishna is saying, again I'm saying, neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in the material world. Then how can I be seen? We will see that. We will see that. Other devotees in disciplic successions also see. From thousand-arm form, he requests to see the four-arm form. Lord shows the four-armed form and then shows his two-armed form. Now, actually, Krishna wants to come back to his two-armed form. But because Arjuna had requested Krishna to show his four-armed form, that's why Krishna shows his four-armed form, after which he shows his two-armed form. Arjuna is then pacified. Oh, my Krishna is back. My Krishna is back. Now I need not fear anything. Seeing Krishna's two-handed human-like beautiful form, Arjuna becomes composed. He feels peacefulness. Krishna's two-handed form is the most confidential and attractive. It is difficult even for the devatas, for the demigods to see this form. Only eyes smeared with love for him can see. Premanjanachurita bhakti vilochanena. Only a person who is having love for Krishna, only he can see Krishna. Others cannot see Krishna. Those people who are challenging God, they cannot see God. Those people who do not even believe in God, they are going to see Krishna definitely. As death, they are going to see. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. Universal form for those who have no love for him. That is, in universal form, the devotees, they are comfortable with this Sham Sundara form, this two-handed beautiful form of Lord Krishna. They want to worship that form. But for the non-believers or those who do not have any love for him, this universal form is there. So 47 and 48, we saw this. 52 is there, right? The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear. God is beautiful. You see? So how can we attain Krishna? One cannot see and understand Krishna's form by study, penances, charity, or worship, as you saw already, only by undivided devotional service. भक्तात्वनन्यया शक्य अहम एवं विधोर्जुन ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्वेन प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप 11.54. It is there, the reference is there over here. Krishna is saying that, my dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. How? By doing undivided devotional service. Undivided. Just see the words Krishna is using here. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Otherwise, understanding God is very, very difficult. Only by devotional service we can understand God. Further, in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyashchasmi tattvatah bhaktya mam abhijanati. That is, a devotee knows me. And the person who executes undivided devotional service, he becomes free from karma and jnana. And he works only for him. He does sevas for him, for Krishna. So disassociate from those inimical to Krishna, but approaches them to take up Krishna consciousness. So such a person, such a sincere person, he does not mix up with those who are jealous of Krishna or envious of Krishna, but he instead takes the companies of the devotees of Krishna. So we must make Krishna as the supreme goal of our life. And the person who is friendly to all living entities and the person who is giving Krishna or the knowledge of Krishna to others is dear to Krishna, that person can attain Krishna. Then 11.55, my dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of creative activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. So how many of us want to go back to the kingdom of God, the kingdom of Krishna, that there is no birth, no death, no old age, no disease, no corona, no misery of any kind. That is the place of Lord, where Lord Krishna lives. If a prime minister has his own bungalow, his own property, God has his own planet. That is how great God is. So the conclusion is that Krishna is the source of universal form and the four-handed form, and hence Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. This is the shlok. I'll just recite it for you. Tasmat tavan muttishta yasho labhasva. Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva. Jitva shatrun bhumshvarajyam samruddham. Mayaivaiteni hatah purvameva. Nimittamatram bhavatavyasaachin. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Savyasachi means an expert military man who knows the art of bows and arrows, who has precise aim while discharging the arrows. So this is the summary of the chapter. This is almost over. Now just one more slide. Arjuna wishes to see the universal form of the Lord, and um, he begs his mercy, Krishna's mercy, and Krishna shows his universal form through transcendental. Uh, Krishna shows his universal form, though transcendental, it is temporary in nature. While sitting on the chariot, Arjuna could see in one place unlimited expansion of the universe because of the divine vision given by Krishna. Arjuna describes the universal form. We saw this. He is disturbed to see the frightening, all destructive Kala Rupa form of time. To Arjuna's question, Krishna replies that he is time and how everyone other than Pandavas are already put to death, and requests him to be an instrument fighter and win the war. Arjuna's glorifying prayers to Krishna and his begging for forgiveness of his familiarity with Krishna, Arjuna requests to see the two-armed form and four-armed form and establishes that Krishna is the supreme. Sanatanaswam Purusho Mato. Krishna can be understood only through devotional service. And important verses are 11.33, 11.54, which I recited, 11.55. So that's all. This is the conclusion of the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Anybody having any questions, you can ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Actually, I want to know the names of the lower planetary systems and the upper planetary systems.
Okay.
And
Oh,
also, I have seen a picture of this same upper and lower planetary systems in temple once. So, if possible, can you provide the picture to us whenever is possible in the group?
sure, Mataji, sure. So Mona Lisa Mataji, that is
Yes,
you only, right? That's from Indiranagar,
yes,
right?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
How are you,
Prabhuji.
Mataji?
I'm
Okay.
good, Prabhuji. How are you?
Okay. I'm also fine by Krishna's grace. Okay,
Krishna.
so you want to know the names of these planets, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
the names are like it's from this thing we can start. Bhuvar, that is from our planet. Then we have Bhu, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka. Then beyond that, I think I forgot. Actually, the sequence I forgot, but it is
Oh,
something like this. We have Swargaloka, then Bhuloka, then this Bhuvarloka, that is this earthly planet, and above Swargaloka we have Janaloka, uh,
okay.
Maharloka, then Tapoloka, then Satyaloka. How many are these? One, two, three, four, five, six. I think two more I've forgotten.
Okay, no.
And then below the lower planet system are like Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Talatala, and then finally Patala, I think. But anyway, I'll post it on the WhatsApp group, uh, what those planetary systems are. And the picture, I think I can provide you on over WhatsApp. It's a picture of
Okay.
the both the material world as well as spiritual world.
Okay,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
yeah, Hare Krishna. So anybody having any other questions? Okay, let's see this one. Exact meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Can you please explain? Yes. The real meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is okay. So I think Lakshmi Mataji she has put Bhu Bhuva Suva Suvarloka, that is Janaloka, Maharloka, Tapoloka, and Satyaloka. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 planets there on the top, and then 7 planets I think there are on the lower that is below the Bhuvarloka earthly planet. That is Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Talatala, Patala. Yes, this is the one. So thank you, Lakshmi Mataji, for providing the information. And these are the planets which are there. Okay, so the real meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is that we are praying to Krishna and his energy. Radharani, Srimati Radharani, she is the Halladini Shakti. She is the internal potency of Krishna, uh, which gives happiness to Krishna, which gives pleasure to Krishna. So Krishna is never worshipped alone. Krishna is worshipped along with his energies. Just like a prime minister, right? A prime minister will never be alone in any place. Prime minister, wherever he goes, his so many secretaries will be there. His personal secretaries will be there. His chief general of the army will be there. Then Ministry of Affairs will be there. Some general, major people will be there of this country will be there. Who assist the prime minister, they will be there. So similarly, with Krishna, Radharani also will be there, and she will also be worshipped. and she is worshipped by the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Hara actually refers to Radharani. Radha, Hara, Radhe, Hare. So, O energy of Krishna, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. We can please Krishna by pleasing Srimati Radharani. When we serve Srimati Radharani, we are actually giving pleasure to Krishna. So, this uh, till this point, did I answer your question, Shravya Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So now, Priya Nikam Mataji, she says, those who do not love Lord Krishna get to see universal form. Can you please explain again? That is, those who do not love Krishna, but they want to see the proof that Krishna is God. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. For them, this universal form is there. Actually, that is the reason why Arjuna requested Krishna to show his universal form. Arjuna, of course, knows that that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and that Arjuna is a constant companion of Lord Krishna. Wherever Krishna goes, Arjuna will also follow. In fact, in fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking Krishna that this science of Bhagavad Gita was told by you to the sun god, but sun god is very, very, millions of years old. Sun Devata is very, very millions of years old. Whereas you have come, just now, means you are almost the same age as that of mine. So how is it that you spoke this science of Bhagavad Gita to the sun god? And at that time, Krishna says to Arjuna that Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna, Bhagavad Gita 4.5. He says that many, many births, both you and I have had. But I can remember all of my births, but you cannot. Oh, Sabdor of enemies, Krishna is telling. So this universal form is actually for those who are non-devotees. But for them, it will be like confirmation that yes, this universal form of Krishna is there, means he is God. So, did I explain your question, Priya Mataji? Yes, okay. Thank you, Priya Mataji. Okay, any other question is there? Okay, it's almost 9:15 now. So, if anybody is having any questions, you can please post the questions in the group, and we will then end today's session. So, thank you all of you. So, please continue tomorrow also. Tomorrow is 12th chapter. It is about devotional service. So, one very, very expert and senior speaker is going to come and speak tomorrow. His name is Prasad Ishwar Krishna Das. He's very, very expert, advanced devotee in our congregation. And he'll give you a lot of enlightenment about the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And those of you, if possible, you can come in the early morning japa chanting, if it is possible for you. Okay. So all of you, have a good night. Thank you for joining, taking your time, and coming for hearing the message of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I am disconnecting all of us now. So thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai.